guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, I'm sure you could tell by the title that we're doing something a little bit different. Today we're talking about imposter syndrome. Yes, ma'am. I'm sure I'm not the only one who has felt a little bit insecure, unsure of themselves, or have felt self-doubt. So let's get into it. So today's video is going to be broken up into 5 parts. 1, we're going to discuss the definition. 2, we're going to talk about the traits. 3, we're going to discuss how it has manifested in my life. 4, tips and tricks or things that you can do to help cope, or things that I have done to help me cope with these feelings. And 5, my final thoughts. Okay guys, so first up, you may be thinking, what is imposter syndrome? Well, imposter syndrome can be defined as a collection of feelings of inadequacy that persists despite evident success. Imposters suffer from chronic self-doubt and a sense of intellectual fraudulence that override any feelings of success or external proof of their competence. Whew, that's a mouthful. But in other words, it really means it don't matter how many degrees you get, how many accolades you have, how many magazine covers, or how many zeros in commas is in your bank account, you still feel like a fraud. So some of the traits of imposter syndrome include self-doubt, inability to access your competence and skills, or attributing your success to external factors. Yeah guys, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm reading out of my notebook. You know, my memory is shot. But attributing success to external factors, by rating your performance, fear that you will never live up to your own expectations, and something that I do all the time, self-sabotage. I cannot tell you how many times I've done things that I'm not proud of because I was afraid to even go through the process or start it or finish it. I just destroy the path before I even know what the next step is. So, how it has manifested in my life. Whew, child. First and foremost, starting this YouTube channel. I mean, it caused me so much anxiety. I'm thinking,
what do I say? What do I do? What do I wear? Are people gonna like me? Do I sound dumb? Will I sound dumb? Are people gonna judge me?
That was going on repeat, a mile a minute in my head, and it would not stop, so much so that I was having heart palpitations. And it was just with the thought of it. I didn't do anything. I didn't even create an email account. I didn't even, girl. And I just told myself, you know what? I'm just gonna take it one step at a time. If I make some mistakes, I'm gonna learn from them, and I'm gonna keep going. And I'm gonna use that energy of my heart palpitations to take me to the next step. So what I do to help me when I feel like these thoughts come across my head, I implement positive self-talk. So when I feel like I'm being overwhelmed, or I feel like it's just too much for me, I tell myself, calm down, take a breather, it will be okay. And that bringing myself to that moment allows me to determine if it's something that I really need to pay attention to, or if I just need to let it go. So positive self-talk is basically, you know, being your own hype person, telling yourself that it'll work out, or don't overcomplicate something without even taking the first step. I use positive affirmations, and I already know some people are going to be like, oh,
positive affirmations are for people who do yoga all day, and people who got a driver and they got a manicured lawn.
But no, positive affirmations are for everyone. And I really feel like if I can fill up my mind with negativity, I can fill up my mind with a bunch of positivity. I feel like everything is about discovery. It's about the journey, and that you got to just let things happen. That unknowing process is scary and it is uncomfortable, but it's necessary, because I feel like that uncomfortable feeling is what makes you grow as a person exponentially. Another thing that I do to help me with those feelings of self-doubt is doing breathing exercises. So when I feel like my mind is going a mile a minute, when I feel like my mind is just running with these negative thoughts, I stop myself, whatever I'm doing, and I take a deep breath. And while I'm taking that deep breath, I'm inhaling positivity and I'm exhaling that negative mindset. And I keep doing it until I feel myself and my body do that sigh. Because it may sound like something you tell a kid, like, hey, it's okay, take a deep breath, it's gonna be fine. And I feel like for me, it's the small things. Sometimes it's really all that I need. Another thing that I do is that I do what everybody do. I call somebody and vent. I'm like, yo, this
is stressing me out. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like a fraud. Why did I start this? Who's gonna watch this? Who's gonna listen to me?
Like, I just let it all out, because I feel like if I let it all out, it's not inside on repeat 17 times, and I can release it, and I can take that space and fill it up with more creativity. And I feel like that really does help me out a lot by just talking to somebody, calling up somebody, texting somebody. And if I can't do that, I write it down. I get a sheet of paper, I get on my phone, and I write it down. And I just keep writing and writing. All of the things that I feel like are freaking me out, or scaring me, or bothering me, I write it down, and I ball it up, and I put it in the trash, because I feel like those are trash ideas. Those are trash thoughts, and I leave them there because I want to grow. I'm trying to plant something that's going to grow into something very positive, and I feel like those are just weeds, and I won't let them grow. I'm going to uproot them. And while I'm doing that, it really has paved the way for me to pay attention to my thoughts. I really do realize that when I'm paying attention to my thoughts, I have more control over them. I don't feel like they're controlling me. There's sometimes I can have a negative thought that will stay in my mind for all day, all week, all month, and in the worst times of my life, all year. And I just got to the point where I felt like enough was enough. I had to get control of this. I'm getting too old, and I have to take responsibility for what's going on up there. So for my final thoughts, comment down below and let me know if you ever felt like this. Let me know if you ever felt like you sabotaged yourself before, or you had negative thoughts that controlled your whole being, or you felt like you were just not capable of doing something when you know you possess the skills, and you know that your resume, your degrees, or whatever, or your life experience, or just something that's natural and innate to you, you feel like you could do it, but then you talk yourself out of it. Let me know down below if you ever felt like that. And please, guys, don't let it hinder you. You know, try to implement some of the things that I mentioned in today's video, or, you know, find some things that help give you some peace and some solace. You deserve to take out that time to invest in yourself and get control of these thoughts if that's something you're dealing with. Like, we out here trying to thrive. Everybody talking about getting a bag, and I want a bag. I want all the bags. But you know what I want in my bag is peace. What I want in my bag is happiness. What I want in my bag is emotional intelligence and some commas. Like, I want it all. Hey guys, well, that's it for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm so glad you were here this long, and I hope that this was informative, that this may help you. You know, let me know in the comments down below, and of course, subscribe. I mean, I would love that. Do the work, because you're worth it. See you on the next one.